Being a James Asher chronologist, more so, I'm a Jewish historian, and I've collated the Bible around record keeping of what we've done with the Bible and with the Dead Sea Scrolls. And here in this collation of all that what we've done with the Bible, we have lost our ancestral origin of our monarchical patterns. This is enough, according with the Talmud, to shut down the internet. To be honest, is comes out in such a way that all you have to do to keep record of where the world is broken at is put two and two together and figure out what's going on. And here we're looking at a pretty significant delta of time. What's going on? And so all we're doing here, right here, according with the Bible, when was the books written down? And we don't know. However, we do know. They don't make sense. So why don't we do this? Maryhill, Stonehenge, replica of England's Stonehenge, Maryhill, Washington, right over here. Kennewick Man. Kennewick Man. Kennewick Man is the name generally given to the skeletal remains of a prehistoric Paleoamerican man found on a bank of the Columbia River in Kennewick, Washington, United States on July 28, 1996. This number makes really good sense to me. So I'll give you this era. This era the rare birth defects still spike in Washington state. This era is when this group of people emerged from over here. Norway, Neolithic Norway, Nordic Stone Age. The Nordic Stone Age referred to the Stone Age of Scandinavia during an era here. And it says Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic, Scandinavian prehistory. Norwegian coast line were free from ice around 13,000 years ago. First Stone Age farmers in Norway gave up after a short period. Let's be wise with this one. This is 2018. So here we have in 2000, when was the Kennewick Man, 9,200-year-old fossil remain. So we have our 1977 knowledge of this. I need to find out from you guys, why don't you give up on this 6,000-year legend? That's what I'm trying to figure out. So in order to repent, we do actually have to give up this thing as a legend. So we have known since the world is known. The world had known of its age from the year I was a, a near. You know what, man? So here, having invalidated so much, Homo sapiens, having having invalidated all Earth history from here, from this point, it was the relative question that remained fit perfect into the cult website that was the 2020 remnant of James Usher deduction consequence that I like. The only way we can close James Escher is for us to take the Bible away from him. It's not a question of whether or not the earth is older than 6,000 years of age. It's not a question that no one in the world cared to do anything but keep Jimmy Swagger's appropriate addition after the year 2020 or after the year 2005 or 1999. It's not a question that the Mormons had the King James Version of the Bible. So what I'm at is we have no legitimate authority to teach the Bible. We actually have no legitimate authority to teach the Bible within not using it in order to correct every mistake we've ever made with it. And it's a lot of fucking work. But it goes back to being born. which I think is kind of cool. So what would that look like? An email. Kenworth map. This is an email. So Kenworth map. A disappointing email subject line. This is a disappointment. This is my church. Show you why. Right here. He discovered. So let's get closer. Go. Rise. This question alone I'm beginning with is sufficient to tear down our school systems. Why is this a debate? And so appearing as discovered 1996, that would be the inertial pattern of my daughter and now my granddaughter. So let's give you Elizabeth throughout. Consequence. That's this little thing where Defects still spiking. This right here is hard to work with because it's the reality of how far off we are with our churches. And as you're looking at this, going, what can I do with this? Rare birth defects still spiking. Well, that would be when was this written down? Health News. This type of data is almost sufficient to have their birth certificates changed. How you even collate whether or not you're going to have children, what you do with them. Because having something like this into it's just really, really hard to work with. You know what I'm saying? I understand, but this one actually meant that, let's see, encephalite. This relationship with Kenwick man, 9,200-year-old fossil remain, is this Highway 97 relationship with this Stonehenge thing, which is over there. Norwegian. We're off on Age of the Earth. And over here where we have, we know it's older than the Age of the Earth. What is this? Stoppelstein. So, that was a plink. So here I'm explaining to you. Right here. The cult that I'm not accepting does not repent at the Age of the Earth. And so I'm letting us know we have this Gardener's Bible on your website. Has anyone ever seen God? Right here, this Gardener's Bible came with the consequence where it answered it without checking if everyone agreed, is a good way of saying it. So we have Kennewick Man. He had no vote. 9,000. So here in finally free to share his secrets over 9,000 years later. A long, complicated. This is not a long, fucking geology. So, the ancient one. Ancient can, finally. So, we do not have legitimate Earth history because of this complication thing. Which is why we have racism or have had pockets. I pretty much think racism's pretty much a thing of the past, to be honest. Unless it's just for shits and giggles. Now I would argue that not keeping the appropriate ancestral origin of really the internet would be a good place to begin with. So when did IBM start? Is where I'd say this. When did IBM begin? When did man invent writing? 3,200 BC. Why did they know it their thing to do this? 800 years before IBM came out. What could be the worst thing for the organization to, or the now best thing for IBM to have done would have been to say, hey, no, let's first come in and confirm that we're building a business model around the verses of the Bible in order to make sure we're doing the correct thing. You know what I mean? In order to ensure that future generations never had any misuse of that book based on their technology. So 500 years. All we can do is say we're a cult. So I was baptized in a cult. Cool. I'm bored. I'm really freaking stoned. Let's go to jobs after I sleep. Well, I don't know why it would be so simple, but why now would it be able to buzzer on the Bible itself? Quran. Get it into our school systems. Understand it as, but don't use it because cults have used it before. That's how I see it. So I like that. All right. So pray to my dog, Bob. That sheep, if we want to keep Jesus. You know, we don't need Jesus. We need repentance from Jesus. That is a true statement. All right. Thanks.